Okay guys, this is like take 7. It's been a while since I filmed a Flosstube. I'm definitely rusty. Then the recycling truck came, so my dogs barked. Then the trash truck came, so my dogs barked. Parker woke up. So, yeah, we're a little bit crazy here. So I have a lot of things to show you. I'm not exactly going to pick up where I left off because a lot of time has passed. And we have all had a virus. And it's a blur. So I'm just going to start with what I have records of and what I can remember. So basically the past week or so. Alright, so to get started, I am going to show you some finishes. The first finish, I have to show you a picture because it was a gift and it was an ornament that I made for a friend, and it is the Lizzie Kate. It's from I think the Tiny Tiding 16. I stitched on 27 count Be Stitch Me, Linda, and Sleet. And it is Away in a Manger. So that was a gift, so I don't have it with me. Another little finish I have, it's not 100% finished, is my Mill Hill Santa. I need to use something as a background. My Mill Hill Santa. This is Allegheny Santa from the Appalachian Santa series. So I have to trim his bow and add his beard and mustache, and then this will be a gift. So hopefully this will already be gifted by the time I do another Flosstube. So I just wanted to show it. Even though it's not fully finished, I wanted to show you what it looked like before I completely finish it. And I will take a picture before I give it away. And if you're interested, I did upload 2 Mill Hill Kit Stitch With Me's yesterday and the day before to show you how I started my next Mill Hill kit from the very beginning. So if you're interested in that, and it's not that there's a right way or wrong way because this is only my second Mill Hill kit. It's just how I did it, so maybe it will help you. That's all I have for finishes, semi-finishes. Let's see. Yeah, that's all I have. So, I don't have good notes. I have a few notes. So, I'm just going to we're just going to hit the ground running. So, I'm going to go through whips. Now, I did participate in Chiara Osborne's 12 by 12 Zoom call that she did. 12 by 12 was something that Pam from Just Keep Stitching and Kia B, I don't know her channel name, did 12 new starts by midnight. And so Chiara had a Zoom and I joined in on that when I could. I was not feeling well, so I kind of would get on and then I would lay down. I laid down and took a nap, and then I kind of went back and forth. So while I was up, I made some new starts. I think there's 6 or 7 new starts. I didn't count them. I had planned on 6, but and 6 whips, but I really didn't feel like doing whips, so I ended up doing 6 new starts, and I think I added 1 or 2. So I'm going to go through those, and then I will go through my regular whips. So the first one that I started, I wanted to do some Valentine's Day stuff. So I picked 2 freebies. The first one was Always, or it says Always, but it's the Arrow Celebration Smile from Liz Matthews. And this was from her newsletter. She did maybe 4 or 5 of these in the past year. And I've seen a lot of people stitch this. So I wanted to make it Valentine's colors. So I chose this opalescent fabric from Color and Cotton. And this is a 28 count. It's called Tomato, but it is a very pinkish coral. And the floss that I used was Color and Cotton Pearl White because I had it in my stash. So I was a little worried when I first started doing this that it wasn't going to show up. But I think as I work on it more and get more of the Always stitched up, I think the white will show up. So I want to make that into a little pillow. And I'm just using the same project bag for these two projects because I'm using the skein of Pearl White for both of them. And also, I made these project cards and print them out on cardstock that have the project name, start date, what fabric I'm using, hashtags or sale info, and a finish date and a floss list. So I needed something to put in my project bags because when I first started getting back into stitching, I thought I will remember all this. Well, of course, I've learned I don't remember all of this. So I just printed out some of these to throw in my project bag, so when I'm doing Flosstube or just looking through WIPs, I have more information and I'm not trying to remember or dig through emails or dig through Instagram to figure it out. So the next freebie I picked is from Hands On Design, and this was from 2021, and it's called Love You, and it is one that Kathy, the designer, Haberman, made to celebrate her anniversary with her husband. I believe that's what it is. And she has done several of these. So, I've stitched this, or I started it on 16 count marbled raspberry from XJU Designs. And this was like a freebie fabric that I got, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say who I got it from. It was a gift. So, I don't know. I didn't ask the person if I could say that they gave it to me. Because it was a retailer. So, I won't say who I got it from, but thank you, the person who sent this to me. But it's really pretty. And there's plenty of fabric to do a second Valentine's or spring small on there. So that was my first two. Now, the rest of them, I don't know what order they were in. I do remember these were my first two, though. So let me put this up so I don't have a big old mess in the end. Okay. So the next one that I have is Satsuma Street Christmas Cat. And I love this. Candace, Kay, and Chris Cross Stitch were showing Halloween Cat on their floss tubes, and I really love the Christmas Cat. And I used that same Color and Cotton opalescent tomato fabric because I really envisioned this on a pink. So the picture's red, but if you go to Etsy, she has renderings of this on 4 different colors of fabric, so you can see what it would look like. So I'm kind of zoom in on that. Of course, this was, I got, maybe 15 minutes on this. So I just have this outline of the tree. So, very small start, but a start nonetheless. So that's fun. That's a PDF pattern. Okay. That's not from that. Okay, here's another one. This is Tracy Cogat's Pray. And so the story on this is, I was looking through my fabric, and I had this fabric. This is 25 count Lori Holt Lugana. Just a minute. Okay, I had to help Parker with something. My hair is like, at least it's clean. And this angle is different because I switched my love seat and my couch, so my couch is a lot lower, so I'm like looking up at the camera. Okay, so I like this fabric, but I didn't know how this would look on it because the fabric she uses is like a cream. So this is the fabric color, and under here, and everything else is stitched. So what I did is I made a color copy of the front, and I took a colored pencil and I colored it in a dark shade. So, like this. And I really liked how that turned out. So I was like, okay, I felt confident in my fabric choice. And the only thing is, I started with the outline color, which really blends into the fabric. Whereas on here, it's this like blue color. But when it's all said and done, the white is still going to pop. So I just have to get through that tone on tone. And I think it'll still look good. It'll just be a little bit different. So I'm excited about that. I really love that pattern. I've been wanting to start it for a while. I've bought it maybe 9 months ago. I think it was when Spring Expo is when that came out. So that was one of my New Year's Eve starts. Alright, the next one is my first Prairie Schooler. And this is Rabbit Run. And I saw this on Stitching with the Housewives. Priscilla had stitched it, I think, on a coffee tea-dyed fabric. And that was my original intention because I loved how her colors popped on that. But when I started looking at my fabric, I decided to use this. This is Blueberry Milkshake by Grace Notes Fabrics. This is 28 count Lagana, and I love it. So here are some of the flosses that they're wrinkly, but here's some of the flosses. And I just love, love, love these tones. It's muted, but I don't know. I just love it with that blue. So I'm excited about this. It's only 5 colors of floss, actually. The whole pattern. Okay, so my next start, this was Stitchy Kindness from Jill. And I really have been wanting to start this. And I was going to make it my, like, New Year's Day start maybe. But I just went ahead and did it on New Year's Eve. And this is Christmas Patches. And Pam from Just Keep Stitching stitched this. And it's framed. Well, it's probably down now. But it was behind them on their wall. And this isn't something that I normally would have wanted to stitch. But as I watched her stitch it, I just fell in love with it. It just made me feel like those Christmases when I was a kid. It's very 80s. I mean, I think the copyright's actually in the 90s. But I just love it. It's very nostalgic. Okay, the copyright's actually 2002 for this leaflet. I don't know if that's the original year that it came out. It's from Leisure Arts. So this was Stitchy Kindness from Jill, and Jill has it too. So I was trying to, and look, I need a line keeper and I lost it. It was in that bag. I really needed a fabric, and I was doing all these. I don't have a huge fabric stash, and I couldn't go buy a ton of fabric for all these projects. So I was trying to make do with what I had. So I had this piece that I had gotten for another project and not used, and this is 14 count waxing moon dyed effect from Fabric Flair. So it's a cream and white modeled, and there are stitches on here. By the time I got everything going for this, I literally got 5 stitches, and they're the color of the fabric. They're right here. So if you look in the very center of this, of the quilt square, there's 5 cream stitches. That's what I got. Because I didn't prepare beforehand, because we have all been very sick with this virus. And I did take a COVID test. It was negative. My husband took a COVID test. His was negative. But we have just been really sick. And I was struggling. So yeah, I got 5 stitches in. But hey, it's a start. I love that though. I love that pattern. I need a drink of coffee. Yeah, and I got my COVID booster the day before yesterday. And they said I could get it as long as I was negative for COVID. And I had started feeling better, and that booster shot just, it was a rough, like, day and a half. Yesterday, I felt really bad, but I woke up today, and I feel so much better, and I hope it just continues. So today's Friday. We're going to do a Zoom tonight. This will be uploaded before the Zoom, I hope, but who knows when you'll be watching it. But I'll be doing more Zooms. And I also did my live whip parade. Thank you to everybody who logged on to do that. That was a lot of fun. I'd never done anything like that before. So I definitely had some rookie stuff going on, but I appreciate it. And my mom is scheduled for major surgery, spinal fusion surgery on Tuesday, but she has an infection and they may postpone it. So she has to get final lab work done on Monday, and they will make a decision based on that lab work. So yeah, it may get rescheduled. All right. That's it. Oh no, there's one more. Where'd it go? I have one more that I started on New Year's Eve. So I have something interesting to show you for this. This is, let me see if, I don't think there's actually a picture. I'll have to put it up because it's all, everything's just the chart. No, there is a picture. Okay, this is from Good Morning Maui on Etsy, and it is Rainbow Bright. Now, I'm a child of the 80s. I had a Rainbow Bright doll. It was like my favorite doll ever. Of course, they all were. So, initially, I was going to stitch both of these. But, so, I was like, well, I can't stitch on white because he's white. So, I thought, I will stitch it on chalkboard black. So, I have this tiny little star on chalkboard black. And here's my floss colors. But the reason I'm stitching this is because I want to put it on a project bag. So I want to stitch her and then get some like rainbow fabric and make a rainbow bright project bag. And I thought rainbow fabric is going to go better not with chalkboard black. So this is where it gets interesting for me. Jody from Steel City Stitchers has started printing AIDA, or printing cross-stitch fabric. So she's been printing out designs on cross-stitch fabric. And I saw that on the Steel City Stitchers Flosstube. Then Tracy, OG Stitchery, she has stitched a couple projects on Jody's printed fabric. And I thought, I could do that. I could print fabric, maybe. So I Googled it. I watched the tutorial and I tried it. So I thought, I want to print a rainbow background to stitch her on. Now, the actual stitching size is like 3x4. It's really small. It's actually 47 inches by 42 inches. I mean, 47 inches. The count's 47 by 42. So, it's little. It's going to be like that big. So, at first, I picked out this rainbow background. And what you do is you iron freezer paper to your AIDA. And you cut it to the size and you run it through your printer. So, first, I did a 4x6. And I printed this. This is on, is that 14 count AIDA? I believe it's 14 count AIDA. Yeah, it's 14 count AIDA. And I love how it turned out, but it was a little bit small. So it's 4x6, but I needed more fabric to sew into my project bag. And there was some black ink that came out on it. So I was really happy with what happened in the middle, but I didn't like that black ink. And I don't know why the black ink got on there. I don't know. So I thought I will print a bigger one. But I wanted to try something, a different print other than that rainbow print. So I printed a full size, like 8x11 sheet. Okay, so this still has the freezer paper on it. So what I did is I cut out a piece bigger than the piece of paper, like standard printer paper, like this size. I ironed my freezer paper on it. It took like 2 seconds. You just ironed the wax side down to your AIDA. Then I run it through my printer. And I took a little video, and I will try to insert that video here. If I don't, I'm sorry. I will try. So, the tutorial I watched says let this dry at least 24 hours. So, I'm going to go ahead and peel this off to show you guys. So, that's the freezer paper. So, this is what you're left with. Is that not super cute? Now, this is a little bright. Like, I know this is bright, but, the hearts could overpower her, but I think if I kind of stitch it more in the yellow and green area, it'll be alright. Or, you know, like, maybe over here where her yellow hair will contrast. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably do it like this. But I am in love. You could do anything. You know, and what I did is I just searched for free images so that I wasn't, like, stealing artwork or anything. Of course, if you're not selling it, you're not breaking, let's just say, you know, you're not going to get sued for printing out a picture from the internet. Now, if you try to sell this and it's someone's artwork, yeah, you are breaking the law. But, this was a free background image. Now, I'm very excited about this. Like, I want to print all the fabric. And this is like the cheap AIDA from Hobby Lobby. So, it was like $3.99 and then it was on sale for 30% off of that. So, excuse me. So, yeah, that's exciting. There's a million things you could print out. You could print out anything. And I love text, so I thought a text fabric would be just awesome and do it like monochromatic or in the background or whatever. There's just so much. So, yeah. Message me if you have any questions about that. But all I did was Google how to print on fabric, and it was the same thing as any other fabric. So, super easy. Fun way to play around. So, I'm going to restart my Rainbow Bright on that fabric. Now, I still like this design. This was scaled to fit this, so I can still print this rainbow on an 8x10 piece. It will just blow it out, you know. And the important thing to do was I changed my printer settings to print in high quality. So, that was a tip from the YouTube video. Really, that's really the only change I really made. For this type of paper, I chose matte photo paper. There really wasn't a reason. I was just playing around. I don't know if it really made a difference, but that's what I did. Alright, now I'm going to get into regular whips. So I have, I don't think I've shown this. I'm sorry if I have. This is a new, okay, so this is a new start for me. I'm sorry if I've already shown this, but this is Heartstring Samplery. I think I showed this on my whip parade. That's where I've shown it. I haven't showed it on Flosstube. Okay, Heartstring Samplery Cross Stitch Nation. And I'm doing this with some other ladies. So, this is on Grace Notes Fabric Swiss Mocha. And I am in love with this fabric. This is 28 count Lugana. It's a pinkish brown. So that's how far I've gotten. I love it. I love this fabric. I hope it's showing it well. Love it, love it, love it. Can't wait to see what color I get this month. Alright, and now we have Dancer. Hashtag Dancer Sal. I really hit the ground running on this. I don't think I've stitched anything since my whip parade. Maybe a few stitches. But this is Dancer from Barbara Anna Designs. This is from the 2021 Punch Needle Primitive Magazine Winter Edition. This is on 32 count gray sparkle linen. Yeah, I think I did get some more in this. Because I think I went in, I brought down this eye and started on this lantern because I already had the 310 out. And I can't remember if I had done this or not. So I'm really happy with this. I'm not sure if I'll be stitching on it in the near future. So, but I did go ahead and put the 2021 in there. Alright, so I am doing Whip Go. This is my Whip Go board. You can't see it because it's purple. When I printed this, I still don't have any white cardstock left. I only had color cardstock. So, days 2 and 19 were called. So, day 2 for me was to do my Butterfly Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews as my 25/7 every day. So, first I'll show you that, and then I'll talk about number 19. So, it's in this project bag that I made. And this is the pattern. This was my birthday start in 2021, which is May 22nd. And there we go. I had started this on a Picture This Plus fabric, and it didn't work out. It was a called for fabric. I did not like it. It was a 32 count though. So I switched to this fabric, which I love. This is 40 count Bunny by XJU Designs or XJU Designs. I'm not sure how you say it. So I love this. I hope that I have a good size piece on the bottom to use again. So this is how far I've gotten. Now I am very slow on this, which is why I put it on my Whip Go, because I thought if I make this my 25/7, 25 minutes a day, 7 days a week for a month, I can slowly make some progress on it. And that's what's happening. When I first started it, oh yeah, I took some pictures this time. I'm trying to get better about it. So, like how Candace K does her before and after pictures, I've tried to be better about taking pictures. So, if I have pictures, before pictures, they will be inserted, and I'm going to try to be better about that in the future. So, let me do that now so I can show you next time. So this is where I am now. Kind of zoom in on that a little bit. Alright. Yeah. So I'm just really slow on 40 count. I mean, the holes are little. So it takes me longer. So I do tend to get a little frustrated. So alright, the next one was a new start. This was my New Year's Day start. I don't have the picture printed because it's PDF, but it is Hello Frosty all jarred up from Stitching with the Housewives. This is on 14 count chalkboard black, and this is what I have done so far. So, this is fun. I really like it. And I had started to do the January Trucking Along, but I wasn't in love with it. And they had a sale on New Year's Day, and I saw this, and I really love this pattern. And it kind of matches the pattern I have that is the fox. What's in my cup? It's a fox holding a snowman. So this has a snowman and a fox. So I thought, well, that will complement my other one. So that's why I wanted to start that one. And this one I haven't worked on recently, but I just wanted to show you before I put it away for when I pull it out again. This is Teresa Kogut. My thing's getting torn up. Santa's Young Buck. This is also from the Winter 2021 Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. And this is how far I got on a 25 count Lori Holt Prim Lagana. So I got quite a bit done. This would be a good car project because I have a lot of fill-in to do. But I probably won't do it right now. Alright. We're getting closer to the bottom. So, my other Whip Go was a fall whip, or if I didn't have a fall whip, depending on what time of year this number was called, a new start. Well, I did have a fall whip. I only had one, which is surprising. Well, no, I had two because one was Thanksgiving. And I specified, like, one was fall and one was Halloween. So I have a square for Halloween whip. My fall whip is It's Fall Friends photo booth from Bent Creek. So my whip goal was to stitch on this for 5 days, and Janet Jabber mentioned for a day for her is 1 hour, so I kind of went by that. So I'm not necessarily stitching on this all day, so I worked on this Wednesday night. I'm trying to stick to Wednesdays for whip go, so I might do like some of them on Wednesdays and then catch up on another day to get my 5 days. So I had, let me hold it here. I should have had a picture right here of where I was, and I know I added this. Alright. And I have been keeping track of this in my book of days. So I added that sticker on the front. I love that. It says, I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning to sail my ship. Little Women, Louisa May Alcott. Which, I love that book. I read it a bunch of times when I was a teenager. So, this is my book. I have a few stickers. Look at that. And I copied everybody on the January J. And I have a little butterfly right here. So, it's been fun to sit down at night and write that in there. Okay, so my next whip, I didn't get very much. I literally got maybe like 12 stitches in this. This is Just My Type by It's So Emma at Fat Quarter Shop. And I pulled this out with the intention of really getting some work done on it. And I noticed two things. First of all, when I showed this on my whip parade, it was a lot darker in my dining room. And I thought this was all filled in. Well, once I pulled this out and actually looked at it, it's only filled in to right here. So I still have to stitch all this white stitching. Insane. And this is not filled in either. This has to be filled in with white. So I went in to put a heart, which is this color up here, and I couldn't find the floss. I had all my other floss except for that one color, and it's a like specialty color, variegated, that was part of this kit. And I'm like, why do I not have that floss? So I looked through some other projects. I thought maybe I used it in another project. And then I remembered that was when we first got Moe's and he ate some of my floss, and that was one of the flosses that he got a hold of. So I had to order a new skein from Color and Cotton. So it is en route. Hopefully it'll get here soon, and then I can work on this. So I have another Valentine's whip. This is Trucking Along from Stitching with the Housewives. I already had most of this stitched on the top. I only had to go in and put in the grain and finish one of the chickens. So everything else was already done on the top. So I start on the bottom. So this is all new stitching. And I'm doing a pink truck. The truck originally is white. But my friend Wanda, she did a pink truck. So I loved her so much that I chose a pink color that I had, and it is Little Pink Peony. I think that's how you say it. And that's what I'm doing my truck in. So where there was white, I'm doing the pink, and then where there was red, I'm doing white. So I'm just reversing it. So that's fun. I've been stitching on that for a couple days. Let's see what we have left. Okay. I need to copy. Wow, 34 minutes. This is my last whip that I see, unless Moses on something. This is a new start. This was my Mill Hill kit that I did the 2 videos on. This is called Winter Glow. And I saw this online and I fell in love with it. So I just have done what I showed in my video. I have Just these stitches right here. You can barely see them because one of them is the color of the fabric. So that's it. So I'm going to try to do Mill Hill Mondays. If I can't remember to do that, I'll just stitch on it when I want to. Okay. That is it for whips. Now, I have... Let me put these back in this basket so I can keep track of everything. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Alright, I have Stitchy Kindness. The first thing I want to show is my advent calendars that I opened up through the month of December. At first, I did my Stitch With Me videos and filmed it, but as we started getting sick, I couldn't keep up with it. So, I still opened them, I just couldn't keep up with the filming. So, this is from Tracy. I have kept all of the little bags that she put everything in. So, I kept those in a separate bag. I have this wad of DMC. Now, I have already pulled some of the DMC because I used a lot of it to kit up the stuff that I've been showing you. A lot of the colors she gave me, I've already, or I'm using it for future projects. So, thank you so much, Tracy. This was so much fun. The next thing I have in the bag are finishing ribbons that she included. Now, they have kind of came undone. She had them rolled up really nicely, but of course, I ruined that. So, these finishing ribbons, so all kinds of different colors, textures, prints. And then these cute stickers. And a bunch of fabric. So Candace made a project bag out of her fabric, and I think I'm going to copy Candace. So there's 5 fat quarters of fabric, which would be perfect for project bags. So thank you so much, Tracy. I feel like there's something that I'm missing. Maybe not. Okay. So, thank you so much, Tracy. So, I so appreciate it. That was so sweet. And the other thing is my box from Vicky. That was part of my exchange. Now, the ornament that she made me is already in my Christmas stuff. But this is everything else that I unwrapped. So, I can't pull everything out. I see. I'm going to try to do, because I'm going to take a picture and post it. Okay, so I have this yellow cross stitch fabric. These finishing fabrics. These crocheted stocking hats. This beautiful card. Floss drops. Look how pretty. And she has DMC number on the back to put the DMC number. And I need to lay all this out and take a photo for our group. A bunch of different, like, finishing stuff. Okay, so finishing trims. There's a ton of buttons, but I want to highlight, I think this is called tatting. I believe, I'm guessing Vicky hand tatted this stuff. If you do tatting, you let me know if that's what it is. So these really pretty little, teeny tiny little crochet pieces that has a bell on it. A bunch of buttons. I can't show, oh, a counting pin. And you can use this as a zipper pull or whatever you want. And a bunch of buttons. Tons of buttons. It's hard to show it on here. Look at these stockings, how cute. So, tons and tons of buttons. And I believe this was day 24, and this is so pretty. This has more of that little crocheted, and this is a handmade little pouch. Look how pretty. This would be pretty to put floss drops in, like this. That is just precious. But honestly, I'll probably just like decorate with it because it's so pretty. I mean, I don't want to ruin it. So, it's gorgeous. I mean, so much work and thought got put into this. Look at that. And her ornament was just unbelievable. It was so kind and thoughtful. Thank you so much, Vicki, if you're watching. I so appreciate it. Okay, so I also received some Christmas cards. I received this card from Rebecca with this skein of floss. So thank you, Rebecca. I received this card from Olivia, Southern Yankee Stitcher. And she also included some of her floss drops, which are really pretty. You may have seen these on Just Keep Stitching. And she is Southern Yankee Stitcher, and I'm going to talk more about her here in a minute. And she also included 2 skeins of DMC, a red and a green. The green fell behind my desk, so I have to get my husband. It's the big roll top desk. And I'm like looking up. I need to like adjust this. Parker came in here and was trying to show Bella, and it all got knocked over. So, now this one, okay. So, Grace Notes Fabrics, when they mailed their Fabric of the Month out for December, they included Christmas cards. You've probably seen this on different, if you haven't, other floss tubers have shown. They're pretty Christmas card. And when I opened it, the day I got this, I was really struggling with grief for my brother. It's almost 4 years since my brother passed away, and Christmas is just hard. It didn't matter what was going on in our life. Like, we had our certain routines that we did at Christmas. My brother and I were very, very close. He was like big brother, best friend, father figure, all these things. So, it's been hard. And I was really missing him. And I opened this. They had put this sticker in there, because they know I'm from West Virginia. They had put this sticker in there. Country roads take me home. I didn't even look at the fabric. I opened the card first. As soon as I saw this sticker, I just started bawling. I mean, I was crying so hard. I called my husband. I'm like, he's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, it's a sticker. It looks like. And the reason I was crying, I'm going to put the picture up here, is when I think about home in West Virginia, a lot of times I have this vision in my head of this picture. It's a literal picture I have of the road going to where my brother lived. And it looks like this. So I'm going to put it up here. I probably already have. And immediately this looked just like the road to his house. And I was just bawling. But I needed that. It helped me to get that out, because I was holding it inside. And I messaged Corinne, and I'm like, you know, God really used you to help me heal and help me get through this grief. Because, you know, even though that sounds like it's sad, it wasn't. It was like healing for me to be able to just get that out. And now it's just like, you know, whenever I see this, I think of their kindness, and I think of my family and my home. And like, this sticker is so precious to me. I can't even tell you. I put it on my refrigerator. It's like, I'm afraid to put it on a laptop or something, because I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't want anything to happen to it. So I have to figure out where I want to keep it permanently. But it was so special. You just don't know the little things sometimes, how they can affect people. It can be like a really like life-changing moment. So I appreciate that. So I also have a card from Jill, and I don't know what happened to it. So Jill, I'm sorry, I don't know where your card is. It must have gotten lost in my stuff. So Jill also sent me a beautiful Christmas card. So thank you, Jill. And that's all I have for Stitchy Kindness. Now, if I forgot something, I'm sorry. Because like I said, it's been really crazy. But that's all I can think of. So, a couple things. First, I have a freebie. If you've stuck with me this long. This is, to me, amazing. Jeanette Douglas is releasing a project called, I guess this is the official name, a year-long mini bouquet treat. A thank you from Jeanette. And you can get this. You can go to Instagram and follow her Instagram and get it. Or you can go straight to her website, which I believe is JeanetteDouglas.ca. I will put it in the description box. I don't see the website on my printouts. So I followed the link from Instagram, but also if you Google Jeanette Douglas website, it'll pop up. So she has already released the picture of the complete pattern, so you can decide if you like it. So it's not a mystery, but every month she's releasing a mini bouquet. So she released it, the border, so if you want to, you can stitch it all together as one full pattern, or you can make 12 smalls. The first month is pineapple mini bouquet. And when I saw this, I just fell in love. This reminds me of Charleston, South Carolina. There's a pineapple fountain. And my best friend, she got married in front of that fountain. And so she gives a little thing about where that came from. And this has a big floss list. A big one. So if you're going to use a floss she calls for, she has this massive floss list. And she also has the DMC conversion for each color. So if you don't want to use over dyed, you can use a DMC or convert to your own colors, whatever you want. So it is a lot of colors, but it's so pretty. As soon as I saw it, I was like, this is the one. This is the one I've been looking for. And I have to get the fabric. I have to get the floss. I'm going to have to do all that. But I'm definitely going to start this. I just have to get everything kitted up. So I've printed out the border. And I also printed out this just to show you what it looks like when you print it out. This is free, so I'm not copyrighting anything. So yeah. I don't think I can do one a month, but I'm going to start this. So I'm very excited. I just have to pick a fabric, and just needs to be a neutral fabric. So I don't want something teeny tiny. I want maybe a 32 count. So I can do a little bit quicker than a 40. So yeah, that's free. And just if you don't want to stitch the whole thing, or you don't like this one, just follow her on Instagram and you'll see the different releases every month, and just, you might like one of them. Those will be perfect for a smalls exchange too. They're so pretty. I'm very excited about that. And what a kind thing to do to release that massive pattern with all the conversions. I mean, it's amazing. And I don't think I've ever stitched a Jeanette Douglas design. And I'm looking at those, I'm like, why have I not stitched one of hers? It's gorgeous. Alright, I've got 3 more styles to show you. Alright, so my friend Olivia, who sent me this card, and these are her floss drops. She is the Southern Yankee stitcher. I can't even begin to tell you the whole story. You need to go watch her last 2 floss tubes. It's kind of like one floss tube split into 2. No, it's not. She just posted one I haven't gotten to watch. It's like 16 and 17, I think, is the numbers. And she talks about how her family history with this tea set. And she designed a pattern based off this tea set. And the tea set is gorgeous, okay? And she designed a pattern that looks just like the tea set. It's called the Queen of Hearts Sal. And I have the printout of the pattern, but I'll try to get a screenshot of her holding it up. But she is offering this to you for free, but you need to email her and ask for it. She wants to keep track of how many people are going to be following along. And it is like a Valentine's thing. So she's starting at January 14th to give everybody time to stitch it for the month before Valentine's Day, I believe. I could be wrong. So the hashtag is hashtag SYS for Southern Yankee Stitcher, Queen of Hearts Sal. So I probably won't get this started on the 14th because I need to get some fabric. And I need to pull my floss. But I'm definitely stitching it. I just probably won't get started on the 14th. With everything going on, I'm going to be a little late on these sales. So, check that out. Olivia, if you're not watching Olivia, a Southern Yankee Stitcher, stop watching me. Go watch her. And watch her from the beginning. Watch all her videos. She is so creative. And she customizes stuff. It's just unbelievable. Like, the things that she thinks of. She made these sewing boxes for her daughters and her daughter-in-law. They are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Her Flosstube is really special. It's very special. It's different than what a lot of what's out there. It's very different than me. Because I don't have that level of creativity and just, I mean, keep charting, Olivia, because you're doing great. And I just see like more and more coming from you. So don't stop. Okay, so another sale that I'll be starting is with, it's not like with her, she's hosting it. Anybody can join. Is Micah, the ADHD Stitcher. Her birthday is January 13th, and she is starting Birds to the Boughs by Lindy Stitches. I love this pattern. I'm actually going to put up a graphic because this printout does not show the detail. I love it so much, and when she said she was doing this for her birthday, I was like, yes. I need a reason to buy that and get it up. So, it's all DMC. It's bright. It's bold. It's fun. And I started pulling the DMC, and this is the first time I've had almost every color. I only had to buy a few colors. And it's beautiful. And I did not know what a bough was. I hope that doesn't make me sound ignorant. But I Googled it. And it's the main branch of the tree, which you can see the birds on the boughs. And this is based on a poem. But I was like, I need to know what bough means if I'm going to stitch it. And I have to choose a fabric. So I have two fabrics in mind. The first fabric is the other half of that blueberry milkshake. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough of that. So this says it's on gray, but it has like a blue sheen to it. Another one is, I have an opalescent fabric that I've been saving for something for Christmas, and nothing's working out. And I thought, is it crazy to stitch this on the opalescent? Because I feel like the opalescent would kind of blend into the background. So I don't know. I have to pick a fabric. That's another one that I probably won't actually start on the start date, but I will be stitching along. Okay, my next one. This is a round robin that I'm doing. And what we have done, it is, hopefully I don't miss anybody. It's me, Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitives, Hannah Dowling. We all have Flosstubes. Carla from Craft Addict K, I believe is what her Flosstube name is. Corinne and Colleen from Grace Note Stitchers. And Sarah King. We are doing this. So, there's a series called Dreaming of by Rosewood Manor. And there's Dreaming of Mums, Tulips, Roses. This is Daisies. There's Dreaming of Fuchsia. Let's see, there's a list on the back. Maybe not. There's a bunch. There's all kinds of different flowers. So, Dreaming of... and Janet Jabber. She's doing it too, because she's doing sunflowers. Dreaming of Sunflowers. So, we all just picked the one that we loved. Bobby and I both picked Dreaming of Daisies. And we're going to start... You start anywhere you want, and you do a motif. So like, say you start here. You would do this, and you mail it to the next person, and they do the next motif. So, I'm a top right starter. So, normally I would start up here. But I kind of feel bad for if I have to leave this for somebody. So, I may even start here. I don't know. And there's lots of little words. And we're not going to stitch the words for each other, what we're doing is we can put our name or initials in where the words are, and then when you get your piece back at the end, you can go in and add whatever words you want. Because I think most of us decided we don't want that same word. It's on there like 100 times. Let's try to zoom in so you can see it. It's like, it says daisies like 100 times. So I don't mind it saying daisies a little bit, but I don't necessarily want it on there as many times as it's on there. So I'll have to see what it looks like without it. Now, I'm still trying to pick fabric for this. First, I wanted it on blue. But when I did a floss toss, it was not the right tone with the floss. So my fallback is going to be a neutral, like coffee tea dyed color. But I'm going to dye some fabric yellow and just see what happens. So I thought if I can get it saturated enough to where the white shows up. And really, if you look at this, the white doesn't show up very well on theirs. But if I can get it enough to where the white shows up, I would like to use yellow. If not, I will do a neutral. But I think a yellow would be fun. So, I think Bobby's still trying to pick between two fabrics too. So I have some of the floss in here. It's basically green white with just a hint of golden yellow, and there's a teeny tiny hint of blue. Is that it? I think that's it. I'm not doing a giveaway this week because I still have the 3 giveaways to mail out from my whip parade. So if you're waiting on those, it'll probably be next week before I get them out. I'm just so behind. Just getting this Flosstube out and doing the Zoom tonight is going to be a lot. So, thank you guys for sticking with me. This has been a long one. It's going to take a little bit to edit and upload. So, I appreciate it. And I'm sure I forgot some stuff because it's been... Oh, I did forget something. Okay, a Christmas present. My friend got me a scroll rod frame for Christmas. And it's huge. Okay. This is how big it is. And when I put it together, I hit myself in the head. I have never used one of these. It's so massive. Guys, what do I do with it? Now, I have wanted one, but now I don't know, like, do I sit it in my lap? Because it says you can put it in your lap. And when I do, like, how do I adjust it so that I can reach around the back? Like, and, like, should I buy bars that are shorter? Give me your advice. How do I use this the best way? Now, I'm going to use it for when I do a HAID. So, I'm still going to do a HAID or full coverage and kit it up. But, yeah. So, that's what I'll use it for. But I'm like, how do I manage this? I was so excited. I almost cried. Because, my friend that got it for me is like, they're really good at giving gifts. And they handed me the box. And I was like, what is this? And I was shaking it. And I'm like, it's really heavy. But it's weird, like, box shape. What in the world did you get me? And I opened it up and I saw a picture of it. And I was like, it's a cross-stitch frame. How did you know? And he was like, well, you do have a YouTube channel about cross-stitch. So I guess he just, like, Googled it. And I was like, I wanted one of these. So, it was really sweet. Whoop. Alright, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you get to come hang out on Zoom with us. And thank you for sticking with me this long. So that's it. Have a good day. Bye. Okay, guys. So, alright. So, I was editing and I realized I left out a couple things. I have some haul. I saw this on Chiara's YouTube channel and I fell in love with her ornament. So, I went to her Etsy store, which I will link below, and I purchased this ornament. It says, Let It Snow, and it's so pretty. And I hung it on my, sorry. I'm filming this like selfie style, so I hung it on my calendar crates setup. And then I ordered 2 needle minders, but I can only show one because one's a gift. I keep forgetting where to look, so I'm going to open this one-handed. And I love this, so I'm so glad that I can show it because now I can start using it. It's a sunshine with sunglasses, and I mean, like, how happy is that? It's so cute. So I can't show the other one because it's a gift. But, yeah, so check out her Etsy store. She has super cute stuff in there. And I'll just have to insert this into the video. Thanks, guys. Okay, so it's dirty. This thing's dusty. I have my AIDA ironed with my paper. I'm putting this side in first to give it something to catch on to. I'm going to feed it in. Now, last time I had to kind of encourage it to go in. But I think because I used that edge, and please excuse my printer, it's dusty. I think because I used the edge of that AIDA, it grabbed a hold of it easier. So we're going to see what happens when it comes out. Hopefully this sheet doesn't have as much black ink on it as the first time I did this. Yeah, it fed in there way easier with that stiff edge. Now, I don't know that I would have to do that on a full-size sheet. Maybe it just grabs it better. Oh, it's looking cute. I like it. Oh, there comes Stormy. Oh, that's looking super cute. Alright guys, I think you get the idea. I'll let this finish printing and let it dry. Here, go ahead and put her out. Here, put her outside, baby. I want her. Be seen. Honey. She's gonna, there we go. Okay.